In a world that's always evolving, where challenges come at the speed of change, resilience isn't just a buzzword, it's the foundation for growth and success. Welcome to Real Resilient Conversations.
Every second and fourth Monday at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, we bring you transformative discussions designed to build strength through dialogue. Whether you're a leader aiming to inspire, a team striving to collaborate, or an individual professional seeking growth, Real Resilient Conversations is your guide to thriving in today's dynamic environment.
Our mission is clear: foster emotional resilience, cultivate transparent communication, and empower businesses to adapt with confidence. Through our resilient leadership coaching, we don't just talk about resilience, we live it, lead it, and help you achieve it. When resilience becomes part of your culture, every challenge is an opportunity, every setback a lesson, and every team member a leader in their own right.
Real Resilient Conversations isn't just a show, it's a movement, a mindset, and a community dedicated to helping you and your organization thrive. Tune in every second and fourth Monday at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time and see the difference resilience makes. Be part of the movement and join the conversation live. Watch us on Twitch, Real Resilient Convos. Follow us on Facebook, Real Resilient Conversations with Quita. Get inspired on Instagram at Real Resilient Conversations. Catch our videos on YouTube at Real Resilient Conversations. Wherever you are, Resilient Conversations is just a click away.
Real Resilient Conversations, leading by example, building strength one dialogue at a time, because resilience isn't just what we do, it's who we are.
All right, come on in. Oh, let me get back where y'all need to be. It's Monday. Happy March 9th. And guess what? Happy National Women's History Month. Welcome to the Real Resilient Conversations. I am your host, Miss Quita, and it is also National Napping Day. So I hope y'all got y'all naps in, because I sure did. So this is a space created for real people, real stories, and real growth. We don't pretend, we don't perform. This is not about perfection. We show up honestly and we show intentionally. So if this is your first time, welcome. I hope y'all are enjoying, because tonight we step boldly into real in 2026. So of course, real this time, the acronym is breaking down into resist, endure, ascend, and lead. So tonight's question is, what battles have I been called to face with peace instead of panic? Now, I know y'all are like, come on, girl. Come on. There is life going on, and it is a lot to endure. So I'm going to give y'all a chance to tune on in. I'm trying to see. Let me take some of this light off of me, see if y'all can see my face a little better. I really want to give y'all the opportunity to come on in. Let me know who's here, where you're at. This is where we give you the opportunity to commune, I guess. This is not a speech. This is a conversation. And so with Real Resilient Conversations, it's all about conversing. So I want to give you all the opportunity to come on in. Let me know that you're watching, where you're watching from if you want. I just want to know that y'all are here. I know I got a different look. Somebody said, girl, you always got a different look going on. I know. Y'all pray for me, yeah. It's what keeps y'all on y'all toes. So today's question to go with our reel for 2026 is when we're talking about resist, endure, ascend, and lead, what battles have I been called to face with in peace instead of panic? So we're breaking that down and understanding the battles that we're going through because everyone is going through their own battles right now. But how are we going to attest to it and take care of those battles? How are we facing those battles? Are we doing it in a state of panic or in a state of peace? So I really want us to be prepared, right? Be prepared to go deeper and to go into a place to where we are prepared and not reactionary. All right. So let me get to my next slide. So, because we want to refuse to panic, right? Resisting. We want to protect our peace. We want to make sure that resilience is not about refusing. I'm sorry, protecting your peace is when you're talking about resistance, it's about refusing to panic as your first response. Peace is something that we are all looking for at this point in our life, right? And so if you are prepared to protect your peace, there's going to be some things that you have to resist. And that means that you have to not let panic be your first response. And panic often comes because of fear. It comes from uncertainty. It comes from lack of control and self-control, lack of control of what you can't control, right? But the panic happens. And because the peace allows you to think clearly and to respond intentionally and to manifest, maintain a perspective that aligns with what you have been manifesting. And so I really want you all to think about, have you allowed panic to be your first response? Have you been able to resist fear, uncertainty, and pressure? Have you given yourself the opportunity to, have you given yourself the opportunity to really understand what your intentions are and to maintain that perspective? We all have life that happens. And when life happens, when life happens, I want us to be prepared. I want us to understand how to look at life and how to understand that resiliency comes when you understand that life is going to happen. What you do with life when it happens, you either rest, you recover, you resist the negativity, you allow yourself to stay in a narrative that not always aligns with what you're trying to do. And it's not necessarily a bad thing when you are resisting. We want to be prepared to live a life that is fulfilling and not just to be surviving. We want to be thriving and not just surviving. Good evening, WSAN Radio. I appreciate you coming in today. I'm very orange today, but it's probably my hair that's making me orange with the lighting. Every time I turn down the light, it looks better and then it gets bright. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know how to fix that part. So we're gonna work through it. No worries. So you all let me know when you're thinking about real and you're thinking about resisting, what comes to mind when things that you have had to resist in your walk for your resiliency? What type of things have you had to resist? I know for me, it's always been a temptation. It's some type of temptation, whether it's food, whether it's men, whether it's that. Right? There's always going to be some type of temptation that is going to put you at a state of panic that is not aligning with your goals, your visions, your dreams, what you have been manifesting, what you have stood on 10 toes down when you have said, this is what I'm going to do. And yet you let that one thing of fear, uncertainty, the unexpected hold you back. And then your panic comes instead of you being able to be prepared. You have to protect your peace. And if that means resisting being involved with some people or around some people, friends, family, foe, whatever it may be. You have to make sure that you're prepared to understand that peace allows the clarity. It allows your intentional response. You have to guard that peace and your identity of who you are, and by any means necessary. Um, and so when we are thinking about your life and where you are and where you want to go, you have to make sure that you are protecting your peace and that you are resisting the things that are going to avoid you or not allow you to protect such peace. So let's look right here at our next slide. Where are you in your life that you are choosing panic instead of peace? And I know that those of you that have been with me for a while, my R2Cs, my Real Resilient Conversation crew, you all already know. Anytime that I feel like I have to re-identify myself because I don't have children, I'm not married, that has always been my identity since a young girl. So talking to the little Quita, right? Little girl Quita. When I speak to her, I have to tell her that if you are not married and if you don't have a child, that doesn't mean that you're any less of a woman. However, when we are looking at ourselves and we're looking at where we are, where we want to be, we have to make sure that we are prepared for, are we panicking or are we at peace with it? And that takes some time. It takes some work. That takes the inner work, a lot of the inner work of understanding that it's not time to panic. I am in that perimenopause age where I'm like, girl, it just may not be in the cards for you. Your body endures enough with fibromyalgia. Maybe adding on additional stressors is just not what's in the card for you. I have to be at peace with that, understanding that God is not going to put more on me than I can handle. And at this point, maybe that's more than what my body can handle. And I have to be at peace with understanding that everything happens in its timing the way that it's supposed to happen. We as individuals and we as a people have to understand that peace is not the absence of a battle. Instead, it's an intention. You are intentionally making a decision to remain grounded during the storm, during the battle. If you run around and you are panicking, you miss out on the productive steps, the necessary steps in order to get you to safety, in order to get you to success, in order to get you to your next level, your next step, your upgrade, right? You miss those things when you do not understand that peace is not the absence, right? It's not the absence of the battle. The battle has to happen. It is part of strengthening us. It is, you have to endure like a good soldier. You have to go through the hard times. If all you do is work out and say you're preparing for a battle, but you never do a battle, you never know if the things that you've been doing has properly prepared you and vetted you for what has to come. The storms in our life that happen, if we are not prepared, we miss out on those very things. We miss out on how to work out our arms. If you only work out your biceps, but you need your triceps for what is going to happen in the next storm. We miss out if we never do any shoulder presses, or we don't work out our traps, or we don't work out our abs. And when the next storm of life comes and those very areas of your life need to be exercised, they need to be shown that they are prepared, you miss out. I don't want us to miss out, right? I want you to understand and know, are you making the proper decisions? Not just for me, but for you, right? Where in your life are you choosing panic instead of peace? Are you resisting negative thinking or failure? And peace is staying grounded during the battle. All right. Questions so far? I know I can't see y'all, but y'all have to tell me if y'all are. Okay. And let me get back. Okay. And then I'm sorry, Sally, I just moved myself. My bad. All right. So, being able to understand where you are when it comes to those things, you have to be prepared for it. Life changes, and so do we. We grow, elevate, we prepare ourselves for the betterment of our next day. Okay, our next session where we have to endure, because endurance is going to be a part of the growth. So when we are enduring, we have to stay calm in the storm, right? Like I said before, it's not the absence of a storm. You have to stay calm. You have to stay calm because endurance means continuing forward without abandoning your peace. Endurance helps you to remain present, stay focused, and trust the process. Trusting the process is not my strength. If you don't know, trusting the process is not my strength, right? You want to continue forward while you're doing that. You want to make sure that you are growing regardless of what's going on around you, right? Endurance builds emotional strength, and you have to trust the process even when the progress is unseen. So, how many of us have been going through things and you feel like you have not been able to see where you're going? You're like, oh goodness, this can't be it. This cannot be it. I know I'm not going through all of this for nothing. There has to be a purpose. There has to be a reason. When we are going through, we have to stay calm in the storm. And I am not, that is not something that I can honestly say I have endured as a good soldier. And I want to explain why, right? Because these are things that I'm still growing through. I don't want to say going through, I'm still growing through it. I'm still understanding who I am and where I need to continue to be and grow. So, is the battle asking you, right? Overgiving people is something I have to resist as well. Thank you. That was said over on the Instagram side. So, whenever you are looking at how do you endure, um, and these are reflection questions, is this something that you are prepared for? I know that do you stay steady? Do you endure the course? I know that that's something I'm still growing through, learning how to endure. Um, let's see. Can I still see y'all over here? Okay, yes. There you go. Is the battle asking you to react quickly? Um, or are you staying steady and trust the process? Endurance allows transformation to occur. All right. So let's talk about endurance real quick. Think about a butterfly in its cocoon. It has to endure the solitude, being alone, feeling like it's suffocating in order for it to grow. The solitude time is a part of the process. And when it was a caterpillar, it had to make its way, crawl around on its stomach, um, worry about being eaten by predators, everything that it had to endure just to go to another process and endure solitude again. However, when it comes out, the freedom that it endures when it has to break through the crust of the cocoon and still be able to live, and now it still has to go through a whole nother freeing session, but it still has to endure the challenges of predators, of cars, of people, of everything else in between. However, enjoying the time and learning how to endure will really give time or give energy to where you should be. All right. Let me make sure I'm on my right slide. I am perfect. All right. So next, let's look at ascend. I know that time is ticking, and I will talk y'all head talk. So thank you, Mom, for the confirmation and for the reassurance that I get better at it. So when you're ascending, you want to rise through the battle. If you think about an eagle and how an eagle has to soar through many different areas of life in order to get to an area where it soars above everything and anything else. And it takes its prey right up with it just to drop, because that prey can't endure the same altitude that the eagle has been prepared to do. Does that make sense? And so our challenges shift our perspective. It allows our confidence to grow and mature. Our struggles become lessons, and our growth comes through reflection. So once again, if you haven't heard before, when you're rising through the battle, when challenges are faced, and you're facing those challenges with peace, then your perspective changes, your confidence increases, your emotional maturity develops, and battles become lessons. For those of you who don't understand how Real Resilient Conversations came about, I kept saying, I don't understand why I have to be the one that go through all of this craziness. I have to continue to be the one that endures all the time. And somebody said, because everything that you go through is not just for you, it's for someone else. And so I said, how dare I hold on to everything that I've been through and not allow someone else the proper opportunity, right, for it to push into the next level, the next step, the next opportunity for them to heal. It may be the new pathway for them to learn what their next step may be before they create their own pathways. What you go through is not just for you, it is to help the next person. So at first, when I first started and I was in my feelings about how many people came on, how many people didn't come on, I worried about if it was going to grow. And then the people that came to and they said, Quita, because of your show, it really helped to change my perspective, and it really helped me to get better with how I handle things. And I want to thank you for doing that, for sharing your stories, for sharing your life, for giving us tools to become better. And so I don't do this just for me. I don't take the time out just for me. I don't have a team just for me. It's because my team believes in the vision. I believe in the vision of my team. And I believe that everything that I'm going through is not just for me. It is to help someone else to grow and to really ascend to the next level of their lives. And so usually that means what we're going to say even together. The battle is preparing me for my next level. Right? You don't have to survive battles. You have to rise above them, rise through it. A lot of people say I'm a survivor. And instead, I heard somebody else say, I'm not a survivor, I'm a thriver. I've thrived through the very thing that tried to take me out. I have made this a lesson that I can call a blessing. What are you doing in your time that you are looking at and saying, gosh, am I looking at this the wrong way? I said, I'm sure there's someone else that's a 42, 43-year-old that did not think that they would be in menopause and not have children. I'm sure it is. And maybe that person says, look at how she is. She has found the tools to be able to thrive through the very thing that's for someone else, it would have taken them out. Someone else they may have gone through, and now they are on some type of addiction. You never understand or never value where your life has now become someone else's blueprint for how they can even start to recover with their own life. How do we do that? We do that by leading others because we turn our struggles into influence. If you look around now, there are influencers everywhere on the internet. Right? Your experiences guide others. You share your story. You support and mentor others. You model emotional strength and peace. For those of you that have gone to my website, you see what I have available there, the counseling, coaching sessions, the opportunity for you to really thrive in a workshop or coming to hear me speak at a speaking engagement. These are the opportunities that have been afforded to you to help lead other people. The funds that we get for Real Resilient Conversations are not just for Miss Quita. It doesn't just go to the team for Miss Quita. It goes towards making sure that we can have product available for you to continue in your self-development, your self-growth, your self-care stages, whatever level that you're at. When you understand that leadership begins with your experiences, then you not only help others, you help yourself to continue to fight for growth. Becoming stagnant will never be comfortable for you. Complacency will always irritate you because you know that there is always something greater on the other side. There's always something better on the other side. So you want to make sure that you model an emotional strength, that you are understanding that your peace sometime may come by you being able to say no. You have to be able to resist, to endure, right? To ascend and to lead. So let me ask you all this, because I'm trying to stay on time. I promise I am. Who benefits from your growth? Who benefits from your growth? How can your journey encourage someone else? These are hard questions I want you to ask yourself. Your resilience becomes someone else's roadmap. When you are thinking about it, who might benefit from the peace that you have discovered within yourself? How does your survival story help someone else's? And how does that become their encouragement? You have the opportunity to show what somebody else thought could never happen. They were like, how do you have so much peace in the midst of everything that's going on around you, and in the midst of the pain that you endure, in the midst of the fact that you smile through it all? Just like the people that know Miss Giggles, they like, you are always so happy, always so nice. And then the people that know Quita and know the times that Quita is in the hospital, or she's stuck in bed, or she is oohing and ahhing at the end of the night, nobody knows. But those that do know, I lead with intentionality of sharing, of being transparent, of being hot, as they say, honest, open, and transparent. That there's not always good days, and there's hard days in between. But endurance has been thing that has really been able to help. Resisting the things that is going to cause me to panic, enduring the things that have grown my patience, ascending through that growth and leading with wisdom, utilizing the very thing that I have gone through and using it as a level of wisdom. I want to be able to lead others. I want to be able to influence others so that they know that it's not just about Miss Quita. It's not just about Giggles. It's about helping them to feel loved, to be seen, to be heard, to feel appreciated. When you have gone through life and you have seen, you have felt, you have endured the negative, and now to be able to endure the hurtful things, the hard things with patience, and knowing that there is yet still victory on the other side of this. When money is tight, when health is funny, when friends, fake friends reveal themselves, when people that you thought loved you, when family no longer supports you, what do you do? How do you endure? How do you become real? How do you stay real? Resist the things that no longer serve you. Endure the things that make you better. Ascend through those very things with growth, with understanding who you are, who you're becoming, and lead others around you with wisdom. All right, and I think I'm staying close to my time. I'm at 9:02. Look at God, look at God. So what will your next steps be this week? Right? Because battles are going to come. That's part of life. But resiliency reminds you that you have to meet every challenge with peace and not panic. Protect your peace, practice patience, encourage someone else around you. Those are the 3 challenges I leave with you this week. So make sure that you come back. It's going to be 2 weeks from today. I did not do my due diligence to see what date that is. Somebody put it in the chat so I know what's 2 weeks from today. Oh, goodness. What's that? The 23rd? Something like that? 2 weeks from today, on the 4th Monday of the month, we're going to be right back here. We're going to have a new reel. So our reel acronym is going to be broken down with another 4 words, but we'll break that down coming up on the 23rd, I believe it is, at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here, same place, same face. I pray that I have said something that has strengthened your resiliency that you can take and put into your resiliency toolbox in order to help you. And if not for you, make sure that you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Maybe not for you, but for someone else. Help and bring them right along with our growth in your resiliency walk. Today has been an amazing day. I hope that y'all go and get a nap because it's still National Napping Day. It's still it's still the day of, or I'm sorry, it's Women's History Month. It is still an opportunity for you to change the world and be the change that you want to see. So until then, love, peace, joy, and happiness, I pray unto you. We will see y'all soon. Be blessed.
In a world that's always evolving, where challenges come at the speed of change, resilience isn't just a buzzword, it's the foundation for growth and success. Welcome to Real Resilient Conversations.
Every second and fourth Monday at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, we bring you transformative discussions designed to build strength through dialogue. Whether you're a leader aiming to inspire, a team striving to collaborate, or an individual professional seeking growth, Real Resilient Conversations is your guide to thriving in today's dynamic environment.
Our mission is clear: foster emotional resilience, cultivate transparent communication, and empower businesses to adapt with confidence. Through our resilient leadership coaching, we don't just talk about resilience, we live it, lead it, and help you achieve it. When resilience becomes part of your culture, every challenge is an opportunity, every setback a lesson, and every team member a leader in their own right.
Real Resilient Conversations isn't just a show, it's a movement, a mindset, and a community dedicated to helping you and your organization thrive. Tune in every second and fourth Monday at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time and see the difference resilience makes. Be part of the movement and join the conversation live. Watch us on Twitch, Real Resilient Convos. Follow us on Facebook, Real Resilient Conversations with Quita. Get inspired on Instagram at Real Resilient Conversations. Catch our videos on YouTube at Real